Mic check. Looks like we're good. Sweet. See if we can get that to 1080p, baby. War Thunder. All right, cool. What's up, man? What's up, Dalton? What's up, War Thunder? Welcome back to some more GGBL. Let's probably gonna say effing. Yeah? Nope, just go. Okay, all right. I expected a little bit more raunchy language from Dalton. Just kidding. Just kidding. How are you guys doing tonight? Hopefully you having a good kickoff to your Memorial Day weekend. Got a long weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom. Monday. And of course, you know, hats off to all of our service members that, you know, obviously this day was possible due to their sacrifice. So do have to make sure that we recognize that. So we can only do what we do here due to what they've given. So, guys, we have a great matchup here tonight. And I'm sitting here with the St. Louis Maroons, but that's not who we're going to be focused on tonight. We have the Swamp Monsters that are currently 36-29. So in the video that I posted Wednesday, well, actually Thursday, I had made the comment that, you know, I wasn't really sure where the Swamp Monsters were at or where the Monarchs and the Copperheads were at. And now we know. The Pizzazz at 38-29, they are in first place. Swamp Monsters are chasing them. And if we go ahead and we take a look real quick at the Central, we have the Monarchs at 37-29, chasing the Copperheads, who are a game in front of them. The Maroons, we saw them beat up San Francisco, very close game. Only 3.5 games back from first place. So the Central is very, very tight, extremely tight. And when we look at what they've got upcoming here on the 16th, 17th, and 18th, they got some key games against a really tough opponent. Kansas City does. Washington is very tough. And what's up, Deccan? Let's go GGBL. Yes, sir. GGBL's back, baby. So I'm going to simulate up until about here because I want to know, like, where are we at with the pitching matchups, because I kind of want to see Chris Peterson in this series. I want to see Jack Melton. I want to see Chris Peterson. And right here, so he's going to actually get, if he starts this game against Michigan, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he should be available for this final game here. Now, I do want to check the Central for Kansas City, see what they got going on here. They've got Chris Rico, Aquino, Sellers, Devin McDreamy. Jack Melton would pitch here, but he could get a day's rest and pitch on the final game of the series, which would be pretty interesting. But it is Dalton's 2 custom players here. So we do have a community member here that has a little, like, self-interest in this right now. His pitcher, Devin McDreamy, he's also got Chris Peterson for Washington. So herein lies the rub. Here's the question. Does one of our community members get a shot to see both of his pitchers pitch tonight, or do we get the matchup as the community? Do we get the matchup that probably equates to the best game, which would be Jack Melton against Chris Peterson, probably on the 18th. So that is the question that I want to pose to you guys here. And don't be afraid to be mean to Dalton. Don't be afraid to be mean to him. Like, we don't want the selfishness happening here for our game of the week. We want what's in the best interest of the series. But 2 elite clubs squaring off here today, definitely. Let's see what the chat's saying here. What do we got going on? We got Portugal's in the house. Not a lot of activity. Let's switch over to live chat. Por qué no los dos? Dan, that's a pretty hard question, says Port. Yeah, it is. It's very, very tough. Very, very tough question. I'd say Melton. I kind of want to go Melton too. I do. I want to see Jack Melton throw. McDreamy's posting that 5-2 record with a 5.68. So he would, against Washington, he's probably going to get lit up. At least with Melton, you get that 3.42. So that's something to consider. That means why not both? Quite frankly, I don't have the time tonight. I don't have the time tonight to do two games. It'll be 2 hours. So we do have to choose one game tonight. Unless it's a split series. We'll see what happens here. All right, so let's go ahead and simulate here. The race in the Central, probably more intriguing, I'd probably say. If we look at how many games back all the teams are in that division. If we look over here on the East side, you've got, it's pretty much the same. Except Pittsburgh's pretty much done. The Mallards with 8 games back, they're pretty much done. If everything holds serve, they're definitely done. But yeah, let's go ahead and do some sim, and we will see what our pitching matchup looks like here. So a win there. So they win the series against New Orleans, and that's going to give us, if we back out real quick, and we find Washington. There we go. So they lose the series against Michigan. That hurts. But Peterson threw a shutout, it looks like. 8-1 this man is with 103 strikeouts. Holy crap, Chris Peterson's going off. He's just going off. He went 9 innings. A 9-inning shutout for Chris Peterson. Oh my god. It's a beast. He's a beast. Deccan says, just send up the worst pitcher from both teams to pitch. Be a high-scoring game where they can't come out for the community. Oh my god. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? All right, so you would get Buck against McDreamy, Sechrist against Melton, or Peterson against Rico. Very, very tough call here tonight. Extremely tough call here tonight. Best pitcher in the GGBL. What can I say? I would probably say that you're right. I think he is. I think it's without a question. Without a question, he's the best. Okay. I'm going to do a little executive decision here. I don't think that we can throw McDreamy out there at 5.68. I don't think we can do it. We're going to see a lot of... If they make the playoffs, we're going to see a lot of them. So let's bypass that. So let's see what we're going to get here with game number 1. It is a loss for who? Like, who are we on right now? Washington. So they lose 3-7. McDreamy gets the win. Oh, no! Sim the season. Thank God that I saved it. Dude, thank God I saved it, man. But is that going to ruin McDreamy? Yeah. That's going to that would happen. I should back out and just make sure that he gets a win. Oh, that's brutal. All right, well, Monty Buck went 6 1/3 with 5 strikeouts. How did McDreamy do? He went 6 innings with 1 earned, so he actually pitched a quality start right there. So 3 Ks. Daniel Lederman had a home run, but a 3-2 game. Okay, all right. So let's push Jack Melton back. Let's push him back. Why aren't the logos showing up at the bottom? Did they remove that? Is that a glitch right now? I don't like that because I don't know who I'm on right now. Okay. That's very, very weird. I don't like that. All right, let's pitch. Let's push Melton down. We'll get Rico going in this game here. So Rico against Sechrist. That is a loss. Okay, so they've already lost the series. Washington has won the series, but can they get a sweep? They've got Melton going up against Chris Peterson. And after this game tonight, we will simulate the rest of the month. And I want to talk to you guys really quick about the month of July and what to expect with the series going forward. So let's get into the gameplay here. We've got a left-hander against a right-hander. So our lineups would look like this for Kansas City. Lederman, Benny Martinez, Wallace Hayes, Mikey Porter. He's a switch hitter, definitely going to be batting right-handed today. Ricky Herring, Brolo, Hurst, Lorenzo Burgos, Ozzie Prado. And then if we get over to Washington, I hate this. Where are my logos here? Ugh, that's brutal. Against a righty, we got Pinkard leading off, Medrano, Jake Taylor, and DJ Taylor bringing up the 3-4. JJ at the 5, Cavedo, who's pretty darn good. He's having a good season. 14 homers, 36 ribbies, 291. Look at the OBP. Whew, the OBP, 379. David Doe, Amari Ruiz, and Justin Dudek. That's going to be your lineup there for both teams. All right, guys, let's get into this one. Let's see how they do. GGBL ends off misclick. It would be awful. Hey, we got Ryan's in here. JTK. What's up, guys? Let's get out to Legends Field. We'll turn quick counts on. Presentation will go broadcast, regional, and clear skies. Here we go. Hope you guys will enjoy the game tonight. I know that I will. This is going to be a good one. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. If you're new here, post it in the live chat. Let us know. Let us know if you're just stumbling onto this series and stumbling onto the channel. Let me know. Look at Washington right now. 238 batting average with 3 earned runs. That's their pitching. 3 earned runs. It's crazy. But their offense with 238, not been very good. I mean, that's okay. That's all right. As a team batting average, it's decent. Not the greatest, but it's decent. In our Discord, we have SimGod Apocalypse, the guy who actually contributed to the slider set here tonight. Chuck is way ahead of the projected pace that San Diego Studios projected in the beginning of the season. He's on pace to hit, what, 50 home runs? He will be the leadoff hitter tonight. That's actually a good point inside the Discord chat. That's great here. So take a look at Chucky Pinkard right now. He's got 18 home runs, hitting 303. He's got a lot of power at that leadoff spot. And he was the AL Player of the Month. This dude hit 11 home runs with a 370 batting average in the month of May, I should say. But he's going to pop this one out foul. And I don't think that's Wallace Hayes out there in left field. We'll take a look again. But there is your lineup one more time for the Washington Swamp Monsters. Of course, DJ Taylor repping the pink sleeves on those green, swampy-looking jerseys. Portugal says, at GGBL, I just had the epitome. What if LA wins the Gold Series again? I would probably flip my lid. Dalton says that was Jake. I can't keep him straight, man. It's just too much. It's too much. So, how are we feeling? There's Jake right there, so I should keep it straight now. He's the catcher. DJ's third base. So how are we feeling there, chat? How are we feeling about Washington's away uniforms? You know, I had one comment, and it was the only comment inside of the introduction video, I think, talking about some of the uniforms. The quote, the word that was used was gaudy. Which I can see why that someone would think that, because you know I was really leaning into showing off Washington and Boston and Vancouver, a lot of the teams that we kind of went a little overboard with, with the creativity. If I had my say in it, which I guess I ultimately do, I would probably be doing things more like Richmond, Kansas City, Phoenix, Philadelphia, Carolina, LA, that type of stuff. But because I did have so many people to contribute to creating these fictional rosters, I wanted to make sure that they got a say in it. You know, one of their favorite teams, they got a little say on how the uniforms came out. I think they're cool. I think they're fine. You know, they got the double green on there. It just fits. It fits with the team. And you got to get a little weird, I guess, because it's not Major League Baseball. It's the GGBL. It's a little different. It's like the Savannah Bananas and whoever else they play. I forget what they play. Dalton says, they're beautiful, no bias. Pretty clean, but could use more contrast. Yeah, it sucks because the numbers never come out right in the show. They always do this. Like, they always make them darker than they are. Like that green that you see, that kind of like that highlighter green that they got going on. That's what that number is supposed to be. So I guess you could go like really, really, really bright, like brighter than your actual secondary color. Maybe they show up a little bit better. I don't know. It's kind of like 2K. They get the numbers all goofy. Yeah, okay, so now I'm reading your next comment there, Deccan. The numbers and letters blend in a little. Yep, it's a little annoying, but I'll have to see if I can change that in season number 2 with a little rebrand action right there. War Thunder says, don't bring that evil into fruition. Yeah, if LA wins the Gold Series, I would cry. I think I would probably cry. I'm not kidding you. I think I probably would bawl my eyes out. Because, like, so much effort, you know? So much effort was made in GGBL 21 just to have the same teams winning it over and over and over again. And then you come over here to 23 thinking, yeah, a fantasy draft will fix all that problem. And we're right back at it again. New York is in first. Carolina's in second. They're doing well. LA is killing it still. It's like you just can't get rid of these. You can't get rid of them. You gave Janelle the 99. Well, I had to. That's the problem. He earned it. He earned it. How would everybody feel if Janelle Rivera was like an 82? You know? Oh, Mikey just missed that one. He just missed that one. DJ giving a long chase out there in foul territory, but he'll make the grab and first inning is over. No runs, no hits for both teams as we head to the second. So you guys got any big plans for the weekend? Just hanging out? What you got going? For us, we have literally nothing going on. Some barbecue, some cookout, that kind of thing. Be fun. Was hoping we could get the pool up and going again, man. I'm moving in 2 weeks. Wow, Port. Yeah, that's coming here pretty quick. There's a base knock here for DJ. And did you see that, by the way? He turned on a 98 on our fastball, and then he supplied 20 more miles an hour on the hit. Exit velo was like 112, 118. I didn't catch it exactly. But big spot here for JJ Cabrera, hitting 269. Could be a little bit better, I think, for JJ. He's got to find his stroke again. I was kind of halfway expecting him to be kind of like that a 280 hitter. Hit 269 is not terrible. You'll take it. But as a first baseman in this lineup, you definitely need some power. Only got a couple home runs this year, so a little fly out there to left field. He's going to go opposite way, and then that's going to bring up Ezra Cavedo. First in the AL left field all-star vote, hitting 291 with double-digit home runs. Good matchup here between these guys. Melton and Cavedo. He's going to draw a walk. It's going to push DJ to second. And with one down, the number 7 hole hitter is David Doe. Made a nice running catch in that no-hit bid for Chris Peterson in opening day. And it actually turns out he's a pretty darn good hitter, too. Look at this. He's going to drop this one into right field. That runner should score. That would be DJ Taylor heading for home. No throw coming in. And that is an RBI single for David Doe. Washington takes the lead here early, 1-0. I think, guys, once we know the games of the week, I think on stream, I'm going to have you guys fill out a form to earn some more possible channel points, because I did this in the last live stream. Felt like yesterday, honestly. But I still have to give you guys that did channel points. You picked the correct team and stuff. I got to figure that out. I still got to give you points for what you did last week. So I got to rewatch that stream. So I think it's just easier through forms. So I think next time that I see you guys with GGBL live stream, I think that's what we'll do. We'll have a form to fill out. Please, I need my channel points. Oh, there's another base knocker. They're going to see, yep, runner on third. Run will score 2-0. Melton's got to get it together here, guys. I know, like, it's just a tough-hitting team in Washington. Very tough-hitting team. Put the ball in play, hit it hard somewhere. Good things will happen. But the problem is that they're so patient that you can't really throw them off the strike zone. You can't get them to chase. You have to come at them. And it's gonna be, I would say it's gonna be a short outing here for Jack Melton if he can't find a way to play the little cat and mouse game with these guys, because right now it looks like they're on him. Bold prediction, that's the ball game. Wow, so no confidence in Kansas City there, Port. Pinker's gonna wave and miss at this one. Got a good pitch to hit that changeup low and in. Could turn on that baby. Send that into the left field bleachers. 1-2 pitch. That is high. Good take there by Pinkard. Here comes the 2-2 in a 2-0 lead in the second. Twos are wild here. With 2 outs. 2 runs. 2 runners on base. Second inning. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Foul ball. We'll do it again. 2-0. 2 runners on base. 50 pitches for Melton already in the second inning, guys. Like, he might not even go 4. He might go 3. He's going to need a really quick inning here in the third. Like, I'm talking like 9-pitch inning. He might need the third inning to go 9, the fourth inning to go 9, and then you're staring at 68 heading into the 5th inning, which is doable. But 50 through 2, not good. Yeah, Peterson's a boss. Like, this one should probably be no question. That's a swing and a miss. Little whiff on the 12-6. You're out. Ricky Herring gonna strike out. Hans Brolo. Custom Playa. 233. Let's see if you can get some righty on lefty action here. You feeling a home run? What if I called that? What if I called a home run here? Huh? What would you guys do? I've been pretty good at that. I've been pretty good at that, dating back to the last series in 2021. Let's see here. 3-1 pitch, Peterson to Brolo. Swing and a miss. 3-2. What's Peterson going to bring here? A little something soft. What do we got here? 3-2 upcoming. Ball 4. Brolo draws a walk. Yeah, Ryan says, how was that a ball? It definitely wasn't. It definitely was not. I'd give you $10 as support. You've given me enough of your money. You calm down with all that. You've given me enough of your money. Got to catch up on the chat here just a little bit. 3-2 pitch upcoming to Hurst. That is a foul ball. So they're hanging with him. They're trying to get that pitch count up a little bit there for Peterson. But they're going to have to work a lot harder. Definitely have to work a lot harder. This guy could go 120 in a game. Throw 120 pitches in a game. Go ball, go get out. Hurst will pop up there to JJ, and now we got Lorenzo Burgos in 221. This should be an easy matchup. Peterson against this guy. Should be able to nab him. Oh, nope. It's the reverse jinx. It's back. The reverse jinx is back. Number 8 gets a base knock. Here comes Ozzy Prado. What a name. Love the name. The 1-1. Foul ball. 12-6 has got some good movement. I'd probably go right back to it if I were Peterson, but he does have that 98 fastball that can get up there. Let's see what he decides to do. 12-6 again. Just misses. 2-2. You got to go get him. You can't afford to walk this guy. Get it to a 3-2, then walk him. Probably go fastball. Nope, he's going to come back in there with a 12-6. It's gutsy. Ryan says strikeout. He's calling it. He's calling his shot for a K here. Foul ball again. Staying alive. Staying alive. Look at that. Look at that. Ball 4, baby. Ball 4 coming up here. We're going to find out. Oof. If he gets a base hit, I think 2 runs will score. Something in the gap. Oh, just got it turned around. Just got it turned around. Come on, Peterson. Give me fantasy points. This is Sports Gaming Josh. 50th pitch upcoming here for Peterson through 2. That is a swing and a miss. 99. He got an extra mile an hour. Reared back and blew it by him. And that'll do it for Kansas City's half of the inning. So let's go back here. Top third. With Ken Madrano coming up. Who let the Bee Gees in? They came back. Port said, dude, I just realized there's no way to super chat because you ain't got 1,000 subs. Yeah, I know. It's getting close, though. It's getting close. We're at, let's see where we're at here. I think it was 718. Yep, 718. I'm actually surprised. All the things that I learned from YouTube on the GG9 channel, I've applied it here. Getting 718 subscribers. Still a lot of work left to go, man. A lot of work left to go. Oh, that's a shot. Look at that. Look at the ball trail on that. That should be an easy double there for DJ. It's kind of a bigger lug. But he'll get in there standing up. So a 2-out double for DJ. Already 2 hits for Taylor. Take one more look at it. Nice pitch. Good swing. And that allows for a chance for JJ Cabrera. Don't worry, I'll make 300 alt accounts. Oh, look at Lederman with the throw. With the catch. Look at that. Fielded that perfectly. If he's less lanky, I don't think he gets there. Like his wingspan, his reach, his range, you know? I think that's a base knock up the middle, and it's 3-0. Portugal, never forget the Bee Gees immigrated to Australia when they were young. You know, it's like I have this thing, like I have like a connection to Australia, and I don't even know it, you know? I just have this weird connection to Australia. It's like I'm half Australian or something. And I just don't realize it yet. My favorite country musician is Keith Urban. You know? But he's not Australian, he's New Zealand, so he's a New Zealander. But the point remains. The point remains. Honorary Australian, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, they struck him out. All right, Peterson with the check swing strikeout on Benny Martinez. You know, it's funny because Keith Urban was like back in 2001. I would have been 13 years old, so I was just kind of you know, you listen to music when you're a kid. You grew up listening to basically what your parents listened to. And you know, now that I'm 13, I'm kind of listening to some other variety of stuff. I'm, you know, learning what my friends are listening to and all that. And then I came across Keith Urban, and I was like, oh, dude, this guy's gonna be huge in country. I didn't realize that he would start getting a little more popular, like do a little bit more like, I don't want to say, like, it's like pop. Some of his stuff gets to be a little poppy. But now he's like getting, you know, he's a pretty popular guy now. You know, he moved to Australia when he was 2, so he counts. He's an honorary Australian. Yeah. But I was listening to some of his songs on the one CD, and I was just like, dude, one of his first CDs, I'm like, dude, this guy is legit. Like, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. And then boom, 2004, I think he just totally took off. And I've been a fan ever since. He's my dude. He's my dude. Mikey Porter strikes out looking. Peterson wins the battle of customs. I'm not sure how Dalton feels about that, you know? That was his guy. Don't underestimate that Australian country music. Well, so the thing about country music is it's not supposed to like apply to just the South, you know? It's supposed to talk about anything. It's like kind of like folk a little bit. There's some folk element to it. Talks about things that you go through as in life as a human being. My custom striking out my custom. I know, like, how do you feel about that, Dalton? How do you feel about that? Who did you want to win that battle? Are you good with what happened there? You've won, but at what cost? Yeah, exactly. I've heard Joey Warren on Vancouver is a Keith Urban fan as well. Look at Joey Warren. We got to get some Vancouver love in Game of the Week action, I think, eventually. Melton up to 75 pitches, still throwing hard. Hitting 97 on that four-seamer. See what David Doe's going to do here. Oh, he's going to strike out. I'm okay with it, but mainly because Chris is on my fantasy team and Mikey is not. I think you made a good choice there without Mikey being on your team. For some reason, he just doesn't really produce, you know? Oh. Little fly ball. I thought that was more line drive variety. Fourth inning, we'll go to the wayside there for Washington. They can't get a man on base, but, you know, holding the 2-0 lead, that's fine. Since Josh has said that, who's going to get Thanos snapped? What do you mean by that? You think there's relegation in this league or something, Port? You think there's relegation in this league? There's no relegation. 100 miles an hour. Good luck. Good luck. Zoom. Like a freaking rocket came out of his arm, dude. Holy crap. I'm assuming you thought that there was relegation. Oh, I get it now. This is all because, like, I'm not Gen Z. I'm not Gen Z, or I'm not an older Gen Y. Is Gen Y like the same thing as millennial? Is that the case? Because I'm on the older side of millennial. He throws a sinker high? Like, dude, this is just unfair. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Like, honestly, like, what do you... He was so far out in front on a 94 sinker. Like, What are you supposed to do with a high and outside sinker? Who does that? Like in the box, if you go up in the box against Chris Peterson, like what are you supposed to even be thinking at that point? He really loves that 12-6 curve, and he loves his fastball. He's been blowing it by everybody, but no, I'm gonna go with his tertiary, which means third. By the way, word of the day here, guys. His third pitch, the sinker, high and outside. Crazy G says, I'm a millennial too. Yes, Gen Y is millennials. Okay, all right, well, there you go. Okay. Well then, Port, you should be a Gen Z then, aren't you? I love the pitchers that blow right past you. Is that what she said? Peterson is a dominant but fun pitcher to watch as well. Look at this strikeout there. So Enrique Madrid. It's a nice K. I am a zoomer. Pitchers that don't care if you know it's coming. They just know they're going to beat you with it. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this 1-2 pitch is to Lorenzo Burgos. He was 1 for 1. He already got a hit and just missed. Complete game leaders. We have 3 custom pitchers there. Peterson, Lederman, and Cherry. All leading with 2. They got Smith and McClendon and Zickafoos with 1. By the way, I still love that name. Zickafoos. Someone needs to make the complete pitcher in the GGBL. What do you mean by the complete pitcher? Take a pitch from different pitchers. Well, you only get 5. You only get 5. So it's like if you don't have a fastball, I mean, you have to have a fastball. If you don't have a fastball, it's like you're expected to throw your sinker hard, like you don't have a fastball. Oh, Monroe's fastball. I see what you're saying. It would apply in a real life sense, but like in this game, I don't know how I would. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm not trying to nitpick you. I know what you're saying. In a real life sense, I get it, but in this game, like I don't think I'd be able to do it, you know? The only way it would work is if you had the arm slots being right, you know? Because each delivery is different. I mean, that's going to change the way the pitch moves, or it appears to move. It's coming out in different arm slot. Mariano's cutter and just fill the rest with Peterson, I guess. Yeah. The 2-2 upcoming to Jake Taylor. His cousin's got 2 hits. Can he get one? Nope. Will pop up there. Shortstop will take it. So we're moving pretty quickly through this game here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Good pitching duel happening right now. Melton couldn't really shut these guys down in the early going. But ever since then, the bullpen's been good for KC. Melton's been solid. Kind of turned it around just a little bit. But Kansas City's really got to hope for Peterson to get knocked out of this game fast. Here comes the 1-2 Madrid. Oh, another base knock potentially. Nope, that's a fly ball to right. And the play will be made by Burgos. JJ still looking for his first hit today, down to 266. Remember, sitting 269 coming into this game. Dropped 3 points by going 0 for 2. So here's a swing and a miss. The cut fastball. Couldn't catch it. And that'll do it. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if Kansas City can get something going here, because Peterson's already up to 100 pitches right now. And his 100th pitch will be a strikeout. We're going to have to figure out how many strikeouts he's got so far tonight. I'm going to say 6. Nope, that's not the stats I need. I need box score. 6. He's got 8. 8 strikeouts tonight. Whew. He's dealing, man. He's dealing. It isn't over for KC, says Deccan. They're going to need one of their better hitters here. Wallace Hayes. They're going to need him to get on. Number 104. Here it comes. Slider called for a ball. What? It's definitely crossing the plate. It even end up in strike. You definitely, it crossed the plate there. A sinker, another one. They're just so early on that sinker. So I guess, like, yeah, when you're throwing 98, sometimes 99, and then you toss in a 93 sinker, that's a 5-mile-an-hour difference on a sinker. A pitch with some movement. It's like, good luck, dude. But Hayes is going to get on. Hayes is going to get on, and then Mikey Porter, here he comes. Big spot for KC. Woo, baby. Look at Porter's numbers in June so far. 327. No home runs. Okay? No homers. He's due, isn't he? He's due for one. Swing and a miss. Here comes the throw. Stolen base for Hayes. He's challenged the really good arm from Jake Taylor, and he got a really good jump. Really good jump. He was about a quarter of the way down the line before Jake even got up to throw. So Hayes with the wheels gets in scoring position, but a 1-2 pitch upcoming here. Peterson has got him right where he wants him. Porter got to get a base hit here. He's going to get that base knock. Here's J.J. Cabrera with a little flip to Peterson. The runner will get to third, but what a job by J.J. Cabrera to save the run. If that gets past him, Hayes with the wheels is definitely scoring here. Wow. Great play by J.J. Woo. But now that's going to leave Ricky Herring, the number 5 hitter, coming up. And the 1-1 pitch, Peterson outside with the sinker. Herring's already got 2 strikeouts. If you guys remember, in one of those at-bats, one of those strikeouts, Peterson just revved back, and I think he threw him 100. Just right down the middle. He couldn't touch it. So 114 pitches. There it is again. Again, he keeps challenging him, guys. Watch for that pitch again. Is he going to get burned by getting cocky? We'll find out. Or can Herring actually handle it? Can he learn from the mistakes? 2-2. Foul ball. Oof, this has got to be the last inning for Peterson. He did his job. 116th upcoming. 2-2, here we go. Swing and a miss. He dropped the 12-6 curve. Wow, look at it. Hey, look at Herring's just staring back at him like, you son of a... Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta watch that again. Let's look at Herring here real quick. See this? We'll zoom out. We'll zoom out. He threw him 97 down the middle, and then he gives him that 12-6. That is so sick. Like, what are you supposed to do? Herring's sitting there like, oh God. He's like, oh God, 97. Oh shit. I'm way out in front. And then watch him. Watch him. He's staring right at him. You son of a bitch. That's nasty. It's nasty. But, like, that's how you got to think as a pitcher, though. Peterson, like, I think someone else said it in the chat, like, he's messing with them, you know? But that's how you have to do. You got to play cat and mouse. He was all revved up for that pitch right down the middle. He thought, like, he struck him out the at-bat before that one. He blew it by him there for strike 2. And then he just drops that 12-6 like it's gonna be there, and it's not. You know, it's nasty. It's nasty, especially when it starts out that high. You know, the release point on a 12-6 is gonna start out high, and you're thinking, oh, that's a fastball. Nope, and it never gets there. Your swing is way too early. Almost hit it on the backswing. What if? What if? Doe's going to swing and a miss. 9 chances remaining since Portugal. He's already doing the math here. Pitching mastermind. If pitching IQs was a stat in the show, Peterson would have maxed out. I honestly have not seen, and it's been very rare actually, in CPU versus CPU gameplay, I have not seen a CPU pitcher pitch that intelligently. You know what I mean? It's been kind of a breath of fresh air to see that. Like, Peterson's operating like, I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just luck. Maybe it's just coincidence that the CPU is choosing pitches that way. The art of pitching. But that was a beautiful strikeout, no lie. Stuart Grant coming on out, and that's going to be a walk, a leadoff walk here to Hans Brolo. I don't think that they've got anything to worry about here because Hurst is the 7 hitter with only 2 home runs, hitting .205. But I have seen crazier stuff. Some guys have run into one on accident, so we'll find out if Stuart Grant can lock it down here. Fortunate thing here is Washington does have the lead. It's not like they're teetering on a loss or they're in dire straits, you know? Hurst obviously didn't like that call. Of course, you're going to be complaining at anything when you're hitting .205. You're going to want any advantage you could possibly get. 2-2 pitch, and that is a swing and a miss again. A curveball right down Broadway, and you can't handle it. I don't know. And he's talking to the bat like it's his fault. Sir, that is an inanimate object, and you just suck. Port says, see, now you got a chance now that Peterson isn't there. I would laugh my ass off if they lost this out front. Up, stolen base. Off of a wild pitch. Are they going to rule that? Nope, it's stolen base. Usually they give you the little indicator there. Wasn't really close, but didn't really give Jake a chance at all. So Grant is trying to work through little issues that he's had here. A little shaky, but another strikeout on Burgos. Again, another K on the curveball. But he's now faced 3 batters. So Chris Nunez can come in. He's got a 2.18 ERA. Look at the average for the hitters on right-handed and left-handed hitters. 130 against lefties, and that is a perfect situation there for Ozzy Prado. Lefties are hitting 130, so when you've got a guy in there like Ozzy Prado as a lefty, like, yes, perfect opportunity there for Chris Nunez, but that will be a fly ball. A little race to come in, and Quevedo with those long, lanky arms gonna make a nice catch. What is happening now in the chat? What is going on right now? Roman Loftus. What? What a name on this guy. Roman Loftus. That 6 ERA kind of stands out to me. Oh, dire straits. I may have to retire from the English language. Dire starts. Dire starts. Hot shot ground ball there to shortstop. Make the throw to Brolo for the first out of the inning. See if Loftus can knock down his ERA from 6. He's definitely got it lower than 6 now. Probably 5.99. That was the 1-2. Oh, baby. That sounded good. Pinker got some good wood on that one. Hayes giving chase. That ball is gone. Now the ERA is back over 6. For Roman Loftus, he can't seem to break the 6 ERA. Pinkard now hits another home run. He's now up to 19 on the season. And this one sounded good. Look at that. Low and inside. The running fastball running right back into his knees. Boosh. See you later. Bye-bye. That ball has Loftus. That's awesome. Okay, Deccan, that is awesome, dude. That's great. That might be the funniest thing I've heard on stream tonight. That's a good dad joke right there. I appreciate the dad jokes. That ball has Loftus. That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. Pinkard hits this one deep. Oh, that sounded good. And that ball has Loftus. Goodbye, baseball. That's awesome, dude. God damn, he gave him the dad joke. Dude, that's so good, though. It's so good. Oh, nice strikeout there. Hitting 97. Okay. So, like, ERA back to, like, 6.08? You think? 6.08? Still shooting at that high fastball here. 97. One, two. Probably got to go back there. Nope. Base hit. Well, he did. He actually tried. Fastball. Just caught too much of the plate. That should be a double for Jake. Okay. First hit of the game, but his 8th double on the year. That's a pretty good approach, though. You know, you're 0 for on the game. You got to start seeing the ball just a little bit better, and just shoots it the other way. DJ is in a big spot here because, you know, 3 runs with 2 more innings left. Kansas City has the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th. They got 6 outs to work with to get 3 runs. This is a big insurance run right here. 3-2 pitch and foul. But DJ's been hot. He's got 2 hits tonight. Good take. Good take. Good take. He's going to get on with another walk. And that's going to bring up J.J. Cabrera. Already a strikeout here, but also a good defensive play. So you got to give that to him here. 1-1 upcoming. That is a ground ball here to Brolo. He's got to race to the bag. He's going to beat Cabrera. And that'll do it. Okay. But what? What? He's in a Washington jersey. What's going on? Who knew that the big man, Hans Brolo, could A, dive for that, and B, beat the younger J.J. Cabrera? Good play by Hans. Alexi Jimenez. I believe he was in... I believe this guy's in our fantasy game. I don't remember, though. But, oh, a bunt attempt. With 1 strike. Daniel Lederman. You need some runs, man. I know you're trying to get on and everything, but you need some quick runs. Like a home run, a double. Running out of outs here, guys. The 2-2. Curveball in the dirt. Appreciate you guys coming in tonight. We got 22 viewers right now. Make sure you guys are leaving a like for supporting the GGBL. Really appreciate it. Helps out YouTube's algorithm. So if you haven't done so, please drop a like. It's free to do. Very easy. Takes 2 seconds. It helps me out big time. But Lederman is up to an 11-game hitting streak. I like that little graphic. That helps me for storylines to be driven. So, runner on base here, and Benny Martinez Getting to be the heart of the order here now. Huge. Absolutely huge spot for Kansas City. Cannot understate this. Cannot overstate it, actually. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Can't overstate this. It's absolutely huge. You get the 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up in this inning. But you got to stay out of the double play. 2-2. Curveball. Foul. Crazy. It's also quiet. Oh, quite dumb to bunt down the third baseline towards DJ, who arguably has the best arm in the GGBL. That's very, very true. Very, very true. 2-2 again. We'll redo it. And 100 miles an hour. Wow. Painting that inside corner, and it might have been a ball, but it's so fast that the umpire has a judgment call to make. That's the problem. When it's too close, you have to swing. Oh, hot shot, ground ball. Look at this double play opportunity. Whoa! Look at that turn. DJ started the double turn. The double play. Look at this turn. Oh my God. Stabbed at it, got enough on it to get it to second, and then over to first. Like, they beat Wallace Hayes, who's got some wheels. He's already got a stolen base here tonight. It wasn't even close. They beat him by like 5 or 6 steps. Holy crap. And Dalton just said, he talked about DJ's arm. One of the best in the league, and there you go. Proved it right there. He's going away from second base and still able to sling it over there in time for the out, and what a great turn. Man. That's how you that's how you deflate the other team. Yeah, Deccan. No. That is how you deflate the other team. Like, now, after that attempt, that inning, you get doubled up. You're going into the bottom of the 9th. Still down 3. And you know that Washington can come up and they can still hit because they got Cavedo leading off. They've still got some really good hitters here, 7, 8, 9, after him. Yeah. That's tough to come back from, man. That's just deflating. All right, let's see what David Doe can do. I love saying that. That's a play on words right there. Play on his last name. Let's see what David Doe can do. David Doe. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Here's Mikey Porter. Also a big guy at third base. Almost overthrow Hodsbrolo, but he'll make the catch. Get the put out. All right, one more batter here. For Kansas City, you need this one. Ruiz, you got to get him. Got to get him. Just want to give you guys a shout out here real quick. All of you guys that are either in stream are going to come back and watch it again. And, you know, it does mean a lot. You know, these videos might not get to the standard of 1,000 views per video. It's what I strive to do. I'd like to get to 1,000 views per video, but series always die off after the first 2 episodes. So a lot of people are into the one-offs or the rebuilds and things like that, and not very many people love to follow a franchise, especially a league, and especially a league that's got fake players that they have no idea who the hell these guys are. So I appreciate you guys with the support. I appreciate you guys tuning in to these live streams, hanging out with me, talking to me about these games and getting into this stuff. I'd love to know your feedback too, because a lot of times it's hard to tell a creator who you don't know. somebody who might be a lot older than you too. Like, hey, Goldie, I got this idea for your series. But I'm open to it because, you're trying to balance speed. You want to get through a season as fast as you possibly can to keep people interested, to keep people engaged. Because when you look back at this stuff like, a live stream, did this game, Washington, Kansas City, did it really matter? It's tough to tell when you're in the season, but hindsight's 2020 when you're at the end of like September and you're looking back and you're like, oh, well, Washington won the East by 1 game. You could say it came down to the live stream game here tonight, right? So it's hard to have that perspective for sure. But you want to balance speed. You want to balance the long game. Like, you want people to kind of get familiar with who these players are, kind of know who's good, who's not. Follow the storylines that come up throughout the league. So I'm open to any and all types of feedback to hear you guys out, what you guys want to see. As we see a final strikeout there, and Kansas City will lose the ball game. Now, in the very opening of this game, I was like, yeah, we're going to get a good game. But, this was a dominant win. And, all things considered, I mean, it was a good game for Washington. We saw some good things from Jack Melton here, but we saw some really gritty stuff from Washington here today. Offense was driven by DJ Taylor. He's made some nice defensive plays. Pitching was great for Chris Peterson, but Melton had his day in the sun. Of course, Chucky Pinkard there continues to stay hot. And this is just these live streams help you guys see these players a little bit more than you would inside of a highlight reel, And it kind of helps you get familiarize yourself with who they are and what they do, and again, like who's good and who isn't. And player of the game definitely going to be Chris Peterson. Went 6 innings, got that pitch count up there really high, but you're going to do that every time you have to make sure you got to throw 3 strikes to get somebody out with a strikeout, right? So that your pitch count's just going to be high the more strikeouts that you throw. But, DJ Taylor was up there for me to possibly be the player of the game. You could have given it to Chucky Pinkard too. You could make arguments for them, but I think Peterson definitely deserved it today. He was just hands down, he was the best player on the field today. Like 2 hits, 9 Ks. Yeah, definitely the player of the game. But yeah, as we talked about, DJ Taylor 2 for 3. Pinkard had the solo home run there in the 8th inning to help Washington's cause. Doe had a single right down the line to open up the scoring, I believe, in the 2nd inning. And yeah, it was just a dominating performance for Washington. And their bullpen was pretty good too. Grant came in for 3 hitters. Nunez came in against the lefty. Jimenez had the hold, and Vargas shut it down. Now for Kansas City, I believe they got swept in the series. So they've now dropped 3 games in a row. This is tough for them because you've got to wonder how they're going to bounce back. They're still chasing Houston in the NL Central. So this is going to be, this might be a back blow. What? Is that the right? A blowback? I don't know the phrase. I guess I lost the phrase. This is going to be a setback for them, losing 3 games in a row here. Not even, well, you can't split the series, but like not even picking up a game here against someone of similar competition level. That's tough. That's really tough. All right, so guys, now at the end of June in our wake, we are going to move over to Kansas City because I want to see what the effects were of this 3-game losing streak. They did win that series against New Orleans. That's fine. They lost the series here to OKC. They won the series against San Francisco and won the series against San Diego. So they're still a good team. They're beating up on teams that they should. But I think the narrative here is they're losing to teams that are pretty similar in nature to them. Might be kind of a one and done type of team in the playoffs if they get there. So we're going to simulate all the way up here to the 30th of June, and just to keep up with them and see how they do here. And it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. They do turn it around here towards the end of June, but look at the losses piling up. They got swept here against Washington. They got swept again against New Orleans. They split the series against St. Louis, but that is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game losing streak before finally beating St. Louis. They got the run in the 7th inning. Wow. So my question is for you guys in the chat, do you believe that Kansas City is legit? They're 43-38, and they've now dropped so many games in that stretch. They've now dropped to 3rd place in their own division, tied in games back with the Nashville Heat, who are 44-39. So, again, when I was talking about how big that series was against Washington, like, it just proves out that, yeah, that was a big one. They lost a lot of ground now. Nashville's kind of on the come up. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Houston is still really good. They're 9-1 with 50 wins. We'll take a look at the other standings here real quick. They got the good boys at 44-39, and we got the Blue Sox in the flight. They're chasing us here, guys. I don't like that. Good boys starting to lose some ground on a 4-game losing streak. I think last month in May, too, we were on a losing streak as well. But let's go over here to the NL West. We got the Knights in first place still, 49-32. Emeralds bringing it up now. Look at that. They're picking it up. They're picking up the pace. I think they were like in 3rd or 4th last time we checked in with them, but 47-36. Only 3 games back, so still have a shot. But the Mighty Beavers and the Gauchos hanging out there towards the bottom. The Grizzlies, they got to get something going here. They got to figure this out. Their offense, 368 runs scored. That is 2nd most in that division. And if you look here, the Swing have 380. The Blue Sox have 389. They have one of the better offenses in the NL. But their pitching, look at the runs against, 387. That might be, actually, the Swing have the worst, 412. Yeah, so they are 2nd worst in pitching. And you can see they're ranked there to the upper right, 24th in pitching. So the Grizzlies have a problem with their pitching staff. When we look at the wild card, we got the Emeralds, the Heat, and the Monarchs. In the wild card currently, the Flight, Grizzlies, Blue Sox, Swing, Maroons, all still fighting. They're still alive. Mighty Beavers have a lot of ground to catch up with at 5.5 games back. At this point, you can't really count anybody out in July. Still a lot of baseball left, but it's definitely not in their favor if all things are holding serve. The Swamp Monsters, that was a huge series for them because you look at the tail of the 2 teams, right? Look at the cause of, look at the momentum that caused for both teams. Look what happened here. Kansas City, they sweep. They split against Pittsburgh. Tough loss there on the road. But then you look at the end of the month against Colorado. 9 runs, 7 runs. Close game, they win 2-0 against Satchel Michaels and Peterson. 2 of their aces going up against each other. 1-0 win here. So back-to-back shutouts. And they won in the bottom of the 9th inning against the Heat. Wow. They won on a walk-off. And they only gave up 2 hits. So they were on the verge of like a no-hitter at that point. I would love to know who got the walk-off there. I think it was J.J. Cabrera. Yeah. I think it was J.J. Cabrera. Because Cavado had 2 at-bats and then a walk, so that would be 3. Dudek had 3 at-bats. Nishii had 3 at-bats. Yeah, it was J.J. Cabrera. He had a walk-off home run. Yep, because there are no runners. Well, okay, look. DJ, Jake, David Doe, and Chucky Pinkard had no runs scored. So had he hit... Nope, I'm reading the doubles there. Jake Taylor. Okay, so the home run, J.J. Cabrera. He had a solo shot. He had a walk-off. I mean, And then beating the other team 2-0 here. That's Colorado. Let's see, they got another win here, 1-0. So they're just blanking Nashville. Whew. And then 15-3 win here over Minnesota. Like, that series could have been the turning point for both teams. I think you can make that argument. But yeah, Swamp Monsters here in first. Pizzazz, 4 games back, 6.5 for the Revolution. The Reapers are still playing really good. They've now dropped from first rank to second. Maples, 4 games back, only a couple games above 500. The Jacks are not good. 35-48, 13 games under 500. Nuggets in first place. Firebirds under 500. The West is kind of beating up on itself here. Nuggets are really the lone team that's really good in that division, looks like. But these teams could catch fire in the West. We'll see. Maples, Revolution, and Pizzazz in the wild card right now, and nice spread there with the wild card teams. Still fighting for it. Let's take a look here at some award winners for Players of the Month. And in June, Chris Peterson would be your Pitcher of the Month. He was 4-0 in the month of June with a .59 ERA and 31 strikeouts. I mean, that's legit. We had a guy by the name of Darren Dyer hitting almost 400 in June. It's nuts. It's crazy. Bobby Watts, 380, month of June. And then Bruce Don also went 4-0 in 6 games. He started 6 games. That's crazy. That's nuts. But undefeated is undefeated. But, man, that's a lot, man. 6 games. So you could have been 6-0. Imagine that. There's your Players of the Month. Take a look at some of the league leaders here. Let me see how the chat's looking here. Emeralds need to overthrow the Knights. Look at the home record. I didn't actually see the home record there. Jesus Christ is God. Yes, he is, but what are we talking about? Are we just talking about like facts? Like Ryan Poole, .59 is legit. Damn. Jesus Christ is... Oh. I thought that said Jesus Christ is a God. And I'm like, yes, he is. But you're saying Jesus, comma, Chris is a God. Okay. All right. All right, let's take a look at some stats here. I won't go over like too much in depth, but Tyron Rex hitting 369, Hawkins 342. Good batting averages, man. These guys are just raking here. Look at my boy, Ricky Hoberman. Yeah, Ricky, 14 homers. He's got 2 stolen bases. 414 OBP. Love it from Ricky Hoberman. Henry Cozart's kind of an unsung hero with the Cyclones. For real, though. 324. Not a lot of doubles. He's kind of like that slap hitter. Yeah, there you go. I knew it. Dude, I don't even look at some of this stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, he's an opposite field hitter. And there you go. There he is. 374. Got a lot of singles to his credit. Andino. Dude, Andino is one of my favorite players in this series. His fielding is not good if you look at the bars and his attributes there. But in-game, dude's money with the fielding. Like, he's just great. Mario Mazza hitting 314. We've got Alexander King for the Hammers. Cloutier kind of dropping off just a little bit. He's got 23 home runs. We haven't even hit July yet. We haven't even had any games in July, and he's already got 23 home runs. This is good enough for people's seasons. And here's Tom Cloutier hitting 23 bombs. It's just ridiculous. Duckworth, 298. JJ Cabrera. Remember when we last saw him, he's at 269. Remember, I was hoping that he'd be like a 280 guy. He's upping that up to 290 or 289, I should say, with 5 home runs. So JJ's getting a little hot right now. It's good to see. Jake Taylor, 285. Cavedo, 281. DJ, 280. So you guys are seeing a trend right now. All the good teams keep popping up. Reapers, Revolution, Swamp Monsters. We got some Nuggets up there too. Just the same usual suspects. NL side. Cameron Moyer hitting 364. A dude that's a 77 overall, but that's literally all he does, hit lefties. Whew. Bobby Watts, 363. Clayton Hall, 357. Look at those contact numbers. The guy's a beast. Good numbers right there. Danny Riddle. He was a player of the month last month. If you guys are following the GGBL account on Twitter, we commented that out. Giovanni Ortiz. William Murphy. I'm surprised with William Murphy. I've been waiting for this for Will. Good hitter. Didn't get a lot of credit when he was playing with Atlanta in GGBL 21. But the dude's on fire now, and I love to see it. Cash Fortuna, 325. DEG, 309. Sitting better than KAJ. Look at that. But, you know, that's a respectable batting average. 308, man. It's good. 15 home runs for KAJ. Has 1 triple. Look at the doubles. Again, these are good, like, season numbers for people, and KAJ is, like, well above that. It's good to see. 75 strikeouts, so kind of we're at the halfway point, kind of on pace for 150. Got to cut down on that a little bit there, KAJ, but 394 OBP. You will take that all day. Javon Brown, Pierce, Denzo Good, Janil Rivera. Hitting 301. There are his pitching stats. He's 8-2 with a respectable ERA and WHIP and a good strikeout total to walks. It's really good. 20 home runs for Janil. So you want to look at like a Shohei Ohtani type guy? This is him. Janil Rivera. 4 triples, 27 doubles, 20 home runs, 301. Can steal some bags. The dude, like, he is literally the complete player. Literally the complete player. He's great. Let's go down just a little bit. We have our first good boy sighting. Cristobal Reyes, I believe. Yep. Scroll down just a little bit more. We got Lederman hitting 295. Porter, 290. Donovan. There's Jay Kinney, one of my favorite players. Seiko hitting 284. Walker Letier, my boy. I have 2 players in this league, FYI, and they're both third basemen. Ricky Holberman and Walker Letier. Solid numbers there, guys. So we'll take a look at the top 50, and let's get on out here to the hits leaders. I won't go. You can kind of deduct this with the batting average totals. So I won't, like, go too crazy with this. So just a little slow scroll. That way, if you guys are watching this and you want to see if you have players on this series, then you can see that. You can see how many that your guys have. AL, 110 hits. What is in the NL right now? 105 is the leader there, Jeremy Floyd. But Tyron Rex has 110 hits at the halfway point. And like the halfway point is at the end of June or July. Dude's got 110 hits. Like, he might hit, like, if he keeps this pace, he might get 250? No. You have to have 140 hits. Even if he hits 200, if he has a 210 hits, somebody look up like what's the total hits in a season record? I think it did Ichiro do it? It's hits in a season. Gotta figure that out. We have, hey, what's up? Irene. This is probably someone with someone else's YouTube account. Let's cusses go. The 262 Ichiro. Okay. I had a feeling it was Ichiro, but I didn't know how much. Yeah, thank you, Port. So I don't think Tyron Rex is on pace for that. But you know what? Hey, if you get, let's say like you get 50 hits in the month of July. Yeah? You get 50 hits in the month of July, you're up to 160. All you need is 100 hits in August and September. You have 2 more months to get 100 hits. So you'd have to average almost 50 per week. Or 50 per week. 50 per month. And you might... No, you couldn't even do it then if you did 50 per month. You've got 50 in July. That gives you 160. You have to do more than 50 per month. Yeah. You have to do more than 50 per month. All right, let's scroll down here real quick. If you guys have custom players that you want me to give you an update on their statistics, please let me know in the chat. Actually, it might be better. It might be better if you do it. I know that you'd want to see this on the stream and stuff, but like we're losing cabin pressure now. We got 10 viewers. If you want me to like send you a screenshot or something, DM me on Twitter or Discord, and I can take screenshots for you. That might be easier. I know it'd be saving time for everybody else in the chat, because I do want to talk to you guys about something that I have planned for the rest of the series. And I do kind of want to talk to you about how the draft is going to work, because that's coming up here pretty quick. Elliott Scott in center field has 28 doubles. Janelle has 27, so second in the NL in doubles. KJ, 21. Brady Dunn, 19. Houston Rosenberg, 19. So yeah, just follow me on Twitter, or follow the GGBL account on Twitter, or DM me on Discord if you guys want like a full look at your players' stats. I think that's probably just better to do it that way. All right, home run leaders. Cloutier, Salvatore, Pinkard, Byard. Or what? Pinkard and Bird mixed as Byard, apparently. Adam Bird, 19. Matt Justice with 19. Trey Mashburn. A lot of guys tied here with 19. We got Duckworth, 18. Cavedo, 17. Berger's up there. Aiden Oliver, Dalton Jett, 15. Ricky's at 14. Charlie Ward. Look at the Boston presence, guys. Price, Ward, Hoberman, and Cloutier. God, that team can hit home runs, man. They pound the baseball. It's ridiculous. Bud Brewer, DeMarcus King. A lot of familiar names. John Choi, another two-way guy. Definitely want to see this dude. He's not anybody's custom player, so. But, yeah, that whip's a little high. ERA is respectable, but, yeah. 263.11 with 3 home runs. He's a solid player. He is a diet Janelle Rivera. In the NL side, we got Luigi Mazza and Janelle tied at home runs. Robert Hayes with 16. Javon Brown, KJ with 15. Tied for 9th. Will Till with 12. Hey, FG. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. GG9 is elite. FG. You're too kind. You're too kind. You know that you're elite too. You know that, right? I mean, it's in your name. Your franchise gaming. Like, it's what you do. People can trust that FG is going to put out some amazing franchise content, and he's very creative in what he does. So therefore, he is elite. Look at the RBI totals there for Salvatore. 76. Like, he's blowing everybody else out of the water in the AL. Like, he's really... You want to know why Iowa's really good? It's because of Sebastian Salvatore. Thacker's got 60. Stoitz with 58. Cloutier with all those home runs, still only 56 ribbies. And we'll just, again, we'll slow scroll here real quick. Look at the Mallards. For a decent team, I would have expected better. I think I already did the NL for RBIs. All right. Runs. I don't know. Sure. Why not? We'll do it. We'll do it. the AL side, Xavier Hawkins. So you can do the math there that Salvatore is just driving in Xavier Hawkins constantly. So what's going on, FG? What do you got going on? I know you got your A's franchise happening. You've been doing a lot of streaming still. Look at the stolen bases, dude. Tyron Rex is a beast. He's just a beast. I mean, my God. 110 hits, 30 doubles. It's not like this guy is just slapping singles all over the place, right? I mean, he is. 30 doubles, only 3 triples, a home run. So, majority of them are singles, but like, dude, 30 doubles? This dude's on pace to have 60 doubles. Like, what is that? 28 stolen bases? It's just stupid. Tyron Rex is stupid. DEG's got 24. Jack Mitchell's got some speed. I didn't actually realize that for Seattle. Yeah, Tyron's a beast, man. Walks, I won't show walks. Just really, kind of top 8 look here. Just kind of get familiar with who gets on base a lot, and then we'll move on here. Chris Peterson's got 10 wins. Omar Villafuerte, we've seen him in gameplay. Wins are kind of a misleading stat, just more oftentimes than not. It's a little misleading. Because you got a lot of guys here at 74, like Abraham Carlton. 16 games started, he's 7-4, so we'll just get kind of a good look here. Kind of the people that have a lot of wins, like Peterson, Villafuerte, BJ Franks, you'd have to like respect them, right? But the guys down here, like 7 wins, they kind of like run into those, I think, than actually like earning it sometimes. But Boyd Rush has been really underrated. He's been a really underrated pitcher. He just wins games. He's one of those gritty type of pitchers, man. He's 10-5 in 17 games started, 100 strikeouts. The WHIP and the ERA are not too great, but the guy has delivered 10 quality starts out of 17 games that he has started. So, between him and Fukumori, these guys are holding up their own, helping out the cause there for Houston, being in first place in that division. Number of losses. We've got the Knights trio here, guys. Look at Eli Edney, Ricky Rudy, and Janelle Rivera. 2 losses each. Rudy is 9-2, the respectable ERA. And Edney is 6-3 with a 4.23 ERA. 7 quality starts. It's nuts, man. They're just good. Peterson is 10-1. He's stupid. He's stupid. Through this point in the season, he's a sub-1 WHIP. 14 quality starts, 2 complete games, 1 shutout. I would love to know if he threw a no-hitter. Like, it doesn't show you that stuff. I would love to have that statistic pop up in the show, because it doesn't show you that when you're simming games. It doesn't give that to you. I would love to know even if there was a no-hitter thrown across your simulation, show me that. Like, give me a pop-up. You give me pop-ups everywhere else. Like, today's the day to do your scouting and blah, blah, you pop me up everywhere else. Show me if there's been a perfect game or a no-hitter or something like that. Like, I want it, like, get me invested into the sim here a little bit, All right, saves leaders. These are important because these are guys that you have on your fantasy team. I know you guys want to have a little bit of an update going on. But Vargas has 25, Fishman with 24. I think Fishman's almost perfect. Yeah, he's perfect, dude. He has not blown a single save. Like, that's hard to do. Vargas has blown 2. But look at the strikeouts to walks. He doesn't strike anybody out. He's got 24 innings pitched with only 18 strikeouts. Let's just say he's no Edwin Diaz out here, right? But you look at Fishman, in 28 innings, he's got 38 strikeouts with 4 walks. It's pretty decent number there. Chris Pena, only 1 blown save here, too. I don't think that he was on the board. He's a 77. But Killian Graham, 24. You got Goff in there. Elrod Grayson. He's not a closer, but he's getting saves for Boston. Matos at 22. And it drops off. So we got 15 closers with higher than 15 saves. NL side, Andres Portillo. How many, dude? 31 saves for this dude? 3 blown saves. 31 saves. Holy shit. Kent Flaherty, Brian Ortiz. Mac Perez actually was one of the guys that won GGBL Pitcher of the Month last month. Peter Kimball, Shea Gallo, Suarez. Neo Zamora has gotten 4 blown saves. We saw a blown save in the last video that we posted here. Gunnar Skarsgård's got 19. Okay. Your ERA leaders, Cody Finney for St. Louis. Nettles, I saw a comment the other day talking about how Nettles is not treated as an ace. I'm not sure why they said that. I don't know. I think it's because he didn't start opening day. I think that's why. And if that is why, I can understand you. I understand you better now. But yeah, 76 strikeouts, 102 whip. Very good pitcher. Very good pitcher. Jonathan Piazza, that's interesting. The 285, you got Fukumore, Murillo, saw him pitch. James Monroe, 311. 100 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 100 strikeouts. Oh, man. James Monroe just killing it, guys. Absolutely killing it. We're going to stop at about the 3.7s. Nobody cares about a 3.7 pitcher. But Donnellan at 209. Peterson at 224. Jared Cherry, 6-3. Decent numbers. Reagan Landish at 317. I haven't gotten any confirmation that Reagan Landish wants to be traded. I think he's pretty happy with this production. The wins and losses could look at screwed guys. He is 5-4. That's 9 games that he's had a decision popped onto him. 17 games started. 6 of these have been quality starts, which means 11. Yeah. 11 games have not been a quality start. That's 4 runs or more. So I don't know. Kind of a head case a little bit there, I think, with Reagan Landish. Home runs allowed, though. He doesn't give up a lot of home runs. He's given up 4. So I think people are just hitting him hard a little bit, you think? And then NL side for home runs allowed. And then shutouts here. Luke Nettles with 2. Look at the number of shutouts here for the Atlanta Sting. You got Roberson with 1. Klein, Trigg. Man. The Sting have a knack for getting shutouts, it looks like. So do the Reapers. Jimenez, Kidd. Man, a lot of shutouts here in the AL side. Man, interesting. Strikeout leaders, and then we're done. You got Peterson with 121, Smith, Mata, Rico, Ramos, Choi, Hawkins. Guys that are under 100 at this point. Satchel Michaels. Janelle's got 117. Cuevas is still pitching well, which is surprising with the C potential. But, yeah, man, he's good. 108 strikeouts. 17 walks, 10 quality starts. It's what I like to look at. It's what I like to see. And then your complete games list. There's your shutout guys. Roberson, Klein, and Matthews. They all threw complete game shutouts. Wow. That's crazy. Luke Nettles has 2. Peterson, Cherry, Lederman. All guys with 2. All right. Well, guys, that should do it for the gameplay tonight. in the month of July. It should be a good one because how this is going to move forward for the GGBL is we're going to show some games here in the very first week in July. So I'm going to find the best matchups. So like, for example, like San Francisco and Colorado, I probably would not show this because the two teams, Colorado's 6 games under 500. San Fran's still kind of just fighting for their lives. But I want to start showing like the top end games at this point. That means like an LA versus, I can't even show you New Orleans in this stretch. But we haven't seen New Orleans in quite a little while here, so they might have to be shown here against LA. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to do my best to try to figure out some cool different matchups that we haven't seen before for this first week in July. And then from there, we'll do a live stream for Game of the Week, which could be any of these games in this week of July. And in that Game of the Week stream, so on Friday night next week, we're also going to do the Home Run Derby, and we're going to do the All-Star Game as well. So it'll be like an All-Star Week extravaganza type of Game of the Week type stream next week. If there's just no point in me like creating a separate upload and doing like All-Star stuff. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I think it'd be more exciting if we did it as a live stream for this. I think that'd be fun. And then that way the Wednesday upload kind of gives you a preview to who's being voted on for the All-Star stuff and, kind of sets the stage for the trade deadline. And it also sets the stage for the draft. So I want to talk to you guys about how the draft is going to work. So for the 9 of you that are in here, you get a little sneak peek about how the draft's going to work. So as you guys know, you can see in the upper left, it says draft day is in 7 days. I have not shown you a single lick of scouting. And that's because there's really no point to scouting because I can't draft for 30 teams anyway. So like if I went into, and I know this because I actually did it with the Sun Sox and the Saucers franchise in MLB The Show on my main channel. Whatever team you get, like you can have 30 team control, and whatever team that you go into the draft with, that's who you're drafting for. The other 29 teams, like you can't make picks. The CPU is going to make picks for you. And even if that wasn't the case, I'm not drafting those players anyway because it's just too long of a process. And I don't want to be on the hook for like, why did you draft a pitcher for Seattle? And why did you draft a second baseman for Richmond? And this, like, I don't want to get into that. So it's strictly going to be the CPU is going to draft all of the players for every team. So it just depends on if your team hits it lucky or doesn't. And that'll be the fate that they lie with. But your custom players, so that's either through Patreon or that's through your channel point submissions. So if you have a player inside of this draft class, you're going to take over one of those CPU generated guys that got drafted. So like let's say Seattle drafts a pitcher as their number 1 pick. Therefore, their number 1 pick will be a custom player who is a pitcher as well. I would just have to find someone, right? And how that's going to work is we're going to do some wheel spins. We're going to make it random. We're going to have a whole process for it. But the cool thing is what I want to drop on you guys next week is we're going to have a prospect showcase. And it's going to be about 6 games between all of the players that were drafted. This could be CPU guys, or it could also be your custom guys. It's going to be a prospect showcase between 2 teams. We'll have like a West and then we'll have an East. And we'll have to determine like internationally speaking if you're West or if you're East. If you're over on the Europe side or if you're in Asia, then you would be considered East. if you have an international prospect that you've created, or again, if you have someone from South America, Mexico, Canada, you'd be West, in my opinion. So, but yeah, so anyway, so we'd have a West and East team playing against each other, and it'll be a 6-game set. We'll do some highlight reels. I think what we should do in that case is have 2 games that are highlights, have 1 game that is streamed. That way you can see your players play off against each other, and kind of get an idea about what kind of player that you're getting. What's your favorite team? What are they getting? Who are you going to hope for? Who are you going to lie your hopes into that your team is going to go grab, right? So I think that that's going to be a pretty cool concept. I've talked about it with my close knit of GGBL crew, and they love the idea. They think it's awesome. But what I'm going to have to do is inside of my backup franchise, I am going to simulate forward, and I'm going to get into the off season, and then I'm going to go to CPU roster control, and then I'm going to export. I'm going to export the top draft picks from this CPU generated draft class, and when we go into another franchise, we got the new the GGBL uniforms and stuff in there, custom stadiums that we'll be playing inside this showcase. That way we don't know who those CPU guys were drafted by, but they're still in the showcase, so it'll be pretty fun, I think. But normally the draft picks, the top guys are always the top guys inside the draft class anyway. So they're gonna not. It's not like I'm gonna export somebody that gets taken in one sim file that's number 1 overall player, and then somehow he's now in round number 5 or something, right? It doesn't work that way. So I can be guaranteed that when I export these guys that were drafted pretty high, they're gonna be taken pretty high once we sim past the draft in this franchise file, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it makes sense to me. You can trust it. So basically, in this file, when I go to sim the draft day and we do the draft, I'm gonna blow by it, and we can watch it. I guess that'll be fine. That way who took who. But when we do the showcases, we're not gonna know where these guys are actually going to go yet. That's the reason. That's the whole reason for the showcase. To get familiar with who these guys are, to see them in gameplay, and kind of get familiar with them. Because otherwise, again, in these franchise files, in these franchise series, you just start these fake players. They don't mean anything to you. They don't resonate to you at all. It's Damian Campbell. I mean, what? Who is this guy? It's so much different. It's harder to get into with a custom thing than it is a real life thing where it's Bryce Harper, Brandon Crawford, Fernando Tatis. You have a connection because it's real, With these fake guys, it's you can just push it off to the side tomorrow and it doesn't change your life, It's just who cares? Who cares about Damian Campbell? But yeah. I think that that's a good thing to get some more immersion into the series, get some more more familiarity with the prospects and kind of who they are and what they're bringing to the table. So should be fun. And again, kind of how I'm seeing the next week of GGBL play on this channel happening is Wednesday. We're going to get a mix of this first week in July, kind of setting the stage up here for All-Star festivities. Friday night, we're going to do a game of the week. What that game is, I'm not sure quite yet. And then after that game of the week, then we're going to get the All-Star stuff. We're going to get the Home Run Derby. We're going to get the All-Star game. And honestly, we might even do the draft on Friday night too. I think, let's see where it is. So draft is in 7 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'd be on the 6th. So really what we would have to do is we'd have to make sure that the game of the week is, and all the games that we choose are before the 6th. Because then we can do the draft live. And then maybe we'll skip on the game of the week. Like the game of the week this week is going to be the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. I think that's a better idea, actually. So next Friday, we're going to get the draft, and then we're also going to get the All-Star stuff. And then I think that's a tough call, actually. What do you guys want to see happen here? I'd love to get your feedback. Would you, because you only have so many days to do this, you know? Would you want to see the showcase games and then the draft to see where these guys are going to go? Or do you want to see the draft and then the All-Star stuff, and then next week in real life we'll have showcase games, but they're not really playing for anything. They're not playing for draft position because they've already been drafted. So that way when the names come up, then you'll be like, oh, that guy's on Colorado. Or, oh, that guy's on Phoenix. You know? I'm almost thinking that might be a better way to think about it. Like, you have the draft first, and then you do the showcase games that basically say, like, this guy, Armando Bermudez or something, is tied to Colorado. This is Colorado's draft pick. Or this is Las Vegas's draft pick here. I think I like that idea. Okay, so you guys want to see... So we got Dalton saying before the draft. War Thunder says showcase. Berger says showcase before the draft. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, sounds good. Showcase before the draft it is then. Which means that Friday night, I can't do... I would have to get the showcase games done, at least 3 of them done, early next week. Which basically means I need to start now. I need to start getting these rosters created today and tomorrow, over the weekend. Because Wednesday's highlight reel stuff. Yeah. So basically, I'd probably need to get them done on Thursday. We'll post highlight reel games on Wednesday, like normal. We'll post showcase on Thursday. Friday, we'll post the draft. We'll stream the draft. And then we'll stream All-Star stuff. And that'll be Friday. Sound like a plan? Sports Gaming Josh says, although you make a solid point as well. I just think it makes more sense to do it the other way. I really do. I know that I'm bouncing back and forth. You guys might be getting annoyed. I think it makes more sense to do it the other way. Oh, you guys agree with that one? You guys agree with the plan then? That's a lot of freaking work, man. But we'll do it. I'll get it done. I promise you. So, okay. Plan restated here. Plan restated. Monday will be YouTube Shorts. We'll pick a game, one of the best games, and then kind of recap it. Hopefully get more viewers in. Recap it a little bit. Tuesday's off for GGBL. Wednesday, our regular highlight reels. We're going to show games in some variation from the 1st to the 5th. That'll be Wednesday. Thursday will be showcase games. That'll be highlighted out. Friday will be the draft and All-Star festivities. I think that's what we're going to do. And from that point forward, after the All-Star stuff, we're going to go ahead and sim all the way to the trade deadline on the 31st and preview the trade deadline. That'll be coming after the Friday night stream of the All-Star stuff and the draft. So we'll get an idea of who's going to sell, who's going to buy, and we'll run it the same way as we did in GGBL 21. So it'll be based on like community vote. I'll come up with the trades. I'll also listen to my close group of GGBL team, and hopefully they can come up with some more trades that don't have to do with their favorite teams. Hopefully they have something to provide me with other teams like Miami. We don't have anybody that's interested in Miami. But even if you guys are advocates of these teams, you let me know kind of what you think that you need to go out and grab, because then I'll look for you. Like, oh, okay, Sports Gaming Josh, you like Colorado. You guys think that you need pitching? I'll be on the lookout for some pitching for you. So like, update your block for me, and I'll be on the lookout here. I like to keep. You guys can be confident that I try to keep my trades realistic. Like I take pride in that type of stuff. So you guys that are here that are like Dalton playing in my fantasy league, you know that I don't like to cheese stuff. I do have a good sense and of an idea of like what's valuable and what's not for each team. And I've been doing this too long to F it up. But yeah, so be confident that I know what ship I'm steering with this. So we're good there. But yeah, should be a fun stream on Friday night, I can tell you that. Draft, All-Star Game, and then sim, and then preview the trade deadline. Or as the GGBL likes to call it, the trade day. It's not so much a deadline, but it's a trade day. It's really when... So no trades happen in any part of the season other than July 31st. That is the day for GGBL trades to take place. So, all right, guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you next week here, back here on Monday for YouTube Shorts, and then Wednesday again for games from the 1st to the 5th. Thursday we get Showcase, and Friday we get live stream. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know in the DMs if you'd like to see some player stats, and that's it. That's all I got for you. Good game tonight. Washington beating KC 3-0. Another shutout there for Chris Peterson and the gang. See you in the next one, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.